Saturday night's main event. Now, Saturday night's main event took place in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I'm going to open up this conversation by saying that I was very, very shocked right at the gun. Right at the gun, my mouth wide open. Because I've never been to Salt Lake City. I have flown over Salt Lake City, but I've never been to Salt Lake City. So Raw does the signature where there's a thing in the beginning, then, now, forever, whatever the fuck. When the signature is over, it pans to the building. We are here live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, they're in Salt Lake City. That's cool. And they showed a shot of the building. And I did not know that outside of the arena, Salt Lake City, Utah, is a statue of John Stockton. I did not know that. Perfect sense. I didn't know it existed, though. I didn't know that they had a statue in the front of the building with John Stockton. But I will say this. If there's anybody who deserves a statue in front of that building, it's John motherfucking Stockton. Give the man his flowers. The all-time assist leader. Most games played. I think he still holds the record, most consecutive 82-game seasons in a row. The boy, I think he went 19 years in the NBA. He missed 5 games total. The only load management he experienced is whatever his wife was in the mood to give him. That's it. That's all that it was. The boy was signed an NBA contract, and he played in the game. Now, if there's another guy there who I would have thought maybe might be some consideration, it'd be the mailman, but some recent information came out about the boy, so I don't particularly think that that's going to be happening anytime soon. But that's fine. If the only one that gets one is John Stockton, I'll fucking take it. He was the man. He was a scary, scary white boy. Him and Jeff Hornacek, the double white boy backcourt, was no bullshit. Stockton, Hornacek, Splash Bros before Splash Bros was a thing. Shooting that corny-ass white boy AYMCA form from 3, but was daggers. Lights out. Back-to-back NBA final appearances. Old Horny and Stocky heading over to the NBA, baby. Hornacek and Stockton, baby. All the way. Fair. If there was ever going to be a team with multiple white boys in it, Utah was the perfect place to have that shit happen. There you go. So we go into the building here. It's Saturday night's main event. And we start off. Now, I'm not going to do the dark match. I don't even know why they had a dark match. We start off with the undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. And my wife said, it's a weird way to start. I said, well, they probably said, let's just get our worst match out of the way first. You know, let's just get there. The last show you did do with me, WrestlePalooza. And what did we say about that main event?
It was the chemistry. Me, I remember saying their chemistry just wasn't. I was questioning Drew at this point.
And guess what? We got to see it exactly again. It was
better. I'm not saying it was good,
tighter,
but it was better.
It was cleaner. It was tighter. I don't like these two together.
I didn't like the play. I didn't like the play around the disqualification.
Oh, because of the whole.
I think it was. Yeah, it was just too much of a focus. Like they kept forcing the countdown thing, and it was. But other than that, it was fine.
They were playing up the idea that he could lose the championship on the storyline. But to me, that was a stipulation that they felt that they needed because of what we discussed the last time we talked about this match, which was the chemistry is just not there between them. I don't like these two together. I just don't. I'm not a huge fan of them together. I didn't think that this match was exceptionally bad. I think this was better than WrestlePalooza.
Yeah, it was
but I don't like them together. Move on. Because I don't even mind Drew being the champion. I don't mind Cody being the champion. I don't need these two guys fighting each other anymore. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, my
They're
biggest
so
takeaway from this match that I absolutely hated was that fucking spinning Cody Cutter. I hate Cody Cutter as it is. The fact that
yeah.
he picked him up and spun him around. Commentators had no clue who was supposed to be taking damage there. That was a complete confusion. Aside from that spot, it wasn't that bad. It was all right.
That was stupid. That was just take the fucking Cody Cutter, dude. I don't need it.
No, it just looked weird.
It was so abnormal. Cody is not going to be able to move like that. Cody didn't do that move. You moved him into it. Cody has not figured out aerodynamics like that. He hasn't broken gravity. All right. Pac is the man that gravity forgot. He remembers Cody Rhodes very well. He's not been able to shake gravity at all. So no, that's not a thing that should be happening. But yeah, another problem that I'm having, undisputed WWE Championship. Let it go. Just let it go. Just call it the WWE Championship. You can't call it the undisputed title while there's another World Heavyweight Champion on the same exact fucking card. Same card. There's another world champion. He's standing right over there. Sometimes they're in the same goddamn camera shot. And they're still calling it the goddamn undisputed. It was undisputed when they merged the two titles together. But they've merged them. It's over. Universal title is gone. It's the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship.
They'll change it eventually. For now, they're just
I feel like they're leaving the undisputed thing on because it's Cody. I think if somebody else was to hold that belt, they wouldn't call it that anymore. Because Cody is the last tie to that whole bloodline thing. He was the one that slayed the dragon, so he gets to hold Excalibur.
I kind of miss the era of the custom belt for the champion holding it, like when they did the skull belt, and I don't know. I thought that stuff is kind of cool, kind of unique.
Man, if they would have let that happen, you know what that belt would look like? It'd be the skull logo with the wings on neck. It. Yeah, with the American colors on it.
I don't know. I mean, I'd kind of be okay with that.
It would look too much like the U.S. title because of the colors, I guess. If they were able to pull off that design logo without the colors, that would probably.
I'm sure they could. They got some good designers. They'd be all right.
If they're so interested in, I like the idea of the side plates. They customize that.
The side plates are cool.
Yeah. So after
talking about the Cody Rhodes match, talking about fucking side plates.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think now that I think about it, isn't his tattoo logo on the side plates? Isn't that the side plates to the WWE Championship?
Yeah.
All right, so maybe it's fine where it is then, I guess. Yeah, to have that big ass, I wouldn't want him to lose the title to something. Like, let's say he lost to Drew here, and then they ring the bell and he holds up the belt as the new champion. It's the fucking Cody Rhodes logo on the fucking side of the thing. It was like when Rock stole the Smoking Skull belt. He was walking around with the title, but it was the Smoking Skull belt. It was weird.
Yeah, but that's like more disrespect, though.
No, 100%. 100%. I'm gonna have to put this up here now. There we go. Main event, Salt Lake City. So, that was the two world title matches, by the way, were the longest matches by far. This one, 18 minutes, 45 seconds, with the stipulation of had Cody been disqualified or counted out, he would have lost the title. Neither happened. He defeated Drew McIntyre. It is what it is. The WWE Women's Championship match, Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton for the title. You were bothered by this. This fucks you up.
It was a squish. I was surprised.
It was a squish.
It was a squish. I as much shit that I may or may not. I don't think I'm talking shit, but as much shit as I may or may not be talking about Tiffany, I think it's weird to squish her the way that they did, and to do that for Jade, I think is kind of crazy. Like there's like, I get the angle, I get it because she's supposed to be this big and strong person, but I don't know. I think this was just very weird. Like where, I feel like this could really hurt Tiffany more than they intended to be.
You know what? In all fairness, it possibly could, but I think this was, in all honesty, I think this was. I think they figured it out. Because they've had her now 2 years, 3 years almost. How long has she been with Oh, let's do this again.
She's had 2 manias, hasn't she?
Yeah, because she never went to NXT. When did Jade Cargill debut with WWE? She debuted in hurry up. September
23.
of 2023. So that's 2 years now. 2 years they've had her. They've put her in tag team situations. They've made her baby faces. They put her in. They had a small little group for a while when it was Bianca, Jade, and Naomi together. They've hid as much of her as they have possibly could. They have trained her for as long as they possibly could have. Maybe they just figured it out. Because two things popped into my mind when I was watching this match, and it was right along how you felt about it. What I saw, the way she was beating on Tiffany, the way she was doing it, as dominant as she was doing it, I thought to myself, maybe that injury angle they ran on Friday before the match was a shoot. Not that that particular angle injured her foot, but maybe she does have an actual injury that they're writing her off of, and there wasn't a whole lot she could do. That's what I don't know for sure. It's just I'm trying to thinking of ways of making this make sense. Because the other thing that I think it could be, and this is the worst of the two, is that maybe they just figured Jade out. Jade is Goldberg. Let's make her Goldberg. Having her in the ring, catch can, hold for hold, not going to work. With her look, with her size, get her in the ring, smash an opponent, get the fuck out. And that's what they did with Goldberg. And it worked for that. And the way that she looks, the way that she carries herself, she could pull that off. I think it stunned people that she did it to Tiff. I think it stunned people she did it for the title. I think if she had, let's leave Saturday night's main event out of this for a minute. If they had saved Tiff and Jade for Survivor Series, right? 3 weeks from now, they would have spent last week and the next 3 weeks, 4 consecutive weeks, with this newfound Jade attitude. And every week on SmackDown, she just absolutely obliterated 4 people in a row. Just smashed them, smash mouth. Come in, do the whole entrance, ring the bell, fucking murder them. 1, 2, 3. And then the next week, again, big entrance, fuck them up. And keep doing that. By the time she got the Survivor Series, I don't think it would have shocked a lot of people that she ran through Tiff. Because the shock value comes in that she beat Tiff. But if that momentum continues, she gets the Survivor Series, smash, moves on. And now every match after that, she's just smash, move on, smash, move on, smash, move on. That, I think, is what AEW wanted to do because they tried to mimic the streak. She was the one who had the streak in AEW. I think she was like 49, 50 or some shit, They were doing a whole Goldberg thing. The problem is those weren't dominant matches. She was trying to wrestle in those matches. This is the opposite of that. This is them saying, you know what? We've been trying to teach you how to wrestle. We've been trying to teach you how to get in there and work and do all this other stuff. It's not your strength. So here's what we're going to do. I love the look. I love the promo. Let's just start smashing people over. But I want them to start bringing in Evolve talent, start bringing in low-level NXT talent. I want Jade to feed the beast. Let her beat women. I would let her beat women one-on-one when she gets bored with that. Bring in a no-name tag team that she can just beat up 2-on-1, smash them over, do the Roman Reigns. Bomb one, bomb the other, put that one bitch on the other bitch, pin them both. 1, 2, 3. She's a dominant champion. Boom, boom, boom. And build that to WrestleMania so that she could eventually clash with the one person who can't stop her, which is Bianca Belair. We get all the way there. And even if you don't want to put Bianca over, if you want to keep the momentum going based on how successful that run would be, I feel like that is a stronger position for Jade. We keep criticizing her wrestling ability. Fair. So don't have her wrestle. Have her be a monster. Have her be a beast. And have her be, this is a bad analogy. Someone said it on the internet, and I can't find a better one, but the Lesnar of the division. Have everybody just bounce off her. Look at everybody in that division and then look at her. She looks like a goddamn brick house. She looks like a fucking monster. So have her got
that look.
Have her behave like a monster. Have her go out there and just fucking maim. Yes, it's shocking that it happened on the first match because this is the first match since the heel thing. But if that momentum was to continue, if next SmackDown she burns through somebody, and then the next one she burns through, and I mean just all the big shit she was doing, fall away slam, dump over the top, Jada, just keep fucking doing that stupid pin she does. Everything, all of it, keep all of it. Keep it 5 minutes or less. That's it. We're calling this chick Five Below moving forward. It's 5 minutes or less. Goldberg style. You're gonna have two groups of people. People that absolutely love it and people that absolutely hate it. There'll be no middle ground. But that's fine. Because we've lived through this before. That's where Goldberg was. You either loved it or you hated it. I hated it, but I was surrounded in a pool of people who absolutely loved Goldberg when he was a thing. So if she can't do it in the ring, that's fine. Have her do something else. I hope Tiffy's not injured because that would suck that they pulled the trigger due to an injury. But personally, I think you said it too. We weren't so sure on Tiffany during this run anyway. So maybe a chase is exactly what she needs. Maybe she needs to burn through a few people herself before she gets back into the title scene, just so they can get that going again. They're definitely not gonna turn Tiff heel now that Jada's turned heel.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm in the stance of like we're in a new era. I don't know if I all the way convinced on making squishes like this. Like to me, that there's no reason for it.
Squish.
She got her ass beat.
Well, I know, but you know it's squash.
Whatever.
That's why I thought she was being funny the first time, but you keep saying it. So I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Like,
I think squash.
Past tense. Whatever, dude. It don't matter. She got her ass beat. She got her ass handed to her. This was an ass whooping. She got put down, pinned, and that was it. She was done. Like as I was watching it happen, I'm like, there's no way she's like, is she gonna fight back like at all? Like this feels like a complete dominance. And yeah, she pinned her. She was done with it. Like I said, felt like 5 minutes. It felt really quick.
Official time, 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah,
that's
it. I mean, hey, listen,
we're calling her Five Below, 5 minutes or less, baby. She's in, she's out.
I'm not saying that this was bad. I hope that's not the way that it's coming off. I'm not saying it's bad or it's good, because I actually kind of sat with some of this stuff and I thought about it, and I'll make mention to it when we get to our main event a little bit what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an open mind, see what they do. Let's see what they do with it. I mean, if they got an idea and they want to build her in a different way, fuck it, let's go. Yeah. Let's keep trying everything we can right now. Something different. Mix it up.
Her one weakness is her abilities in the ring. So limit that. That's all I'm saying. Limit that. I'm okay with everything that happened except the squash aspect. If she would have been aggressive and dominant, but Tiff would have been able to showcase her ability at the same time, I think you could have served two masters in that matchup, but they just decided to put the chips on one side.
Injury makes more sense.
I have this feeling. Yeah, I have this feeling like there might be an issue.
Yeah, injury makes more sense.
Yeah, there might be an issue there. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work itself out. But that is the WWE Women's Championship match, which now lead us to Sucio, the Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match. Dominic Mysterio, Rusev, and Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. What a world we live in. What a world we live in.
Where Dominic Mysterio is running the match. He quarterbacked the fuck out of this, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This match was... Dude.
Dominic motherfucking Mysterio, dude. You haven't been here. And we were, I was talking about, they did another AAA show.
Mm-hmm.
The Dominic defending the championship against Dragon Lee. It was against Dragon Lee. And what a goddamn
Damn, I wish
What
I
a
would have saw that
goddamn
one.
performance. He in AAA, Dominic Mysterio right now feels like the main event. Feels like the main event. He's walking through the halls. They got him, but they recorded him coming into the building to the biggest pop. He's backstage with his 2 belts, trying to figure out which way he wants to wear them like this. He's got the mask on and the whole deal. And when his music hits, craziness. He's one of the most over fucking guys on planet Earth right now. It is so weird to live in a Dominic Mysterio world right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. This match, and he's the overwhelming favorite.
He is one of the very few right now, and I would love for him to say who's influenced him the most, because I'm actually interested to hear it. This motherfucker can tell a story, man.
Oh my god,
he can tell a story in the ring, man. He's been his positioning in a ring has been fantastic. His ideas, his creativity.
Remember when he used to miss spots as easy as just running in?
Dude,
he couldn't do running.
His placement is perfect. The bell thing in this match, I rewound it because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, oh shit, Rusev won? That's crazy. Like, even I didn't even realize. So I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, but wait a minute. I'm like, wait, hold on. Because I see Rusev, he's up. He's like, yeah. But then I noticed that the ref was like, what's going on? So I rewound it. And I was like, wait, hold on. And when he counted and it happened, the ref was like,
and that face.
And the whole time, and I'm like, no. And then they cut to him and he's sitting there laughing because he instead of running into the ring and breaking the submission, he rung the bell, which made him let go because he thought he won and broke the submission. Dude, that's some Eddie Guerrero shit, man. That was his storytelling is getting really good, man. He is
so good right now.
And his ring is getting better too. His ring is getting
his in-ring,
better.
yeah.
It's not top tier, but his in-ring is getting good, but it's his storytelling that's like taking over. Honestly, and before she went out, Liv was kind of doing the same thing. Him and Liv were both I don't know, maybe if they started like to inspire each other, whatever.
I was gonna say they started clicking around the same time. Yeah.
But Liv started wrestling better. I'll give her that. She has been in the right place, wrestling a little bit better, less botches and stuff like that. But it was her pissing people off that was really selling those two, especially when they were together. So yeah, they're I still mark my words, when she comes back, wherever building she comes in, it's gonna fucking explode. But to stay on Dominic right now, yeah, dude, he's so good. He's so fun to watch right now, which is, god damn, if we could pull up one of our old pods, man, that was not the vibe. This dude, sink or swim, man. He's fucking swimming to the top.
All of the points, if I can remember correctly, all of the points that we had tried to make about Dominic, if you think about it, in a weird way, all came true. I think your biggest point was him getting away from Ray, which worked out well for him.
The moment he separated, he started to blossom.
It was a weird transition into Judgment Day, but he grew into it. Grew into it, and I think that was. And then, regardless of how Judgment Day changed over time, he kept growing. They lost Damian Priest, they lost Rhea Ripley, they lost Carlito, they gained JD, they gained
Roxanne,
they gained Raquel, they gained
Liv at one point.
Yeah, so like there's been all these moving parts, and yet Dom and Finn Balor from
it's funny because I know they kind of play on this a little bit. It's funny how the big wigs moved out, which is kind of a little disrespectful to say to Finn because I think he's been around longer than both of them.
He was the big wig. He was the biggest of the wigs.
He fell behind the other two.
He did.
The other two left, and you would think it's Finn who's the big dick in town, and it's not the case. And they kind of play on that a little bit, where like Finn is trying to take the lead role, but like Ray's kind of like the backbone of everything that's going on. And Liv was shining light on that when she was there. She was like shining the light on Dominic. while they were together doing that thing. So the whole time it's going on, you think the pecking order is what, but it's kind of not, and they play on it, which is pretty cool. But it's real. It's not even like they're trying to make this up to put Dominic over. No, he's actually kind of like the biggest person in the group by a long shot too, which is crazy. So I don't know.
And then he's got all these different avenues where he was working with El Grande Americano, but then he's not. And now El Grande Americano has other Americanos with him.
Yeah.
all that whole gimmick, all of these Americans being played by Europeans is fucking hilarious. But then you go to AAA, and El Grande Americano was the biggest babyface in AAA, and it's fucking hilarious. Ludwig Kaiser is in Mexico speaking in Spanish to Mexicans, and they love it. And they love it.
This is a mid card we can get behind, man. This is what, and again, I'll point this out later. I don't want to drill into it right now, but this is the type of shit we were asking for. This is the kind of focus. This is the kind of detail. This is the kind of growth. This is the kind of this is the thing we needed in that middle card to kind of like bolster everybody up and bring meaning to that mid card. So seeing Penta in any is amazing.
I was gonna say, Penta's growth has been amazing. Rusev's return to WWE has been fruitful for him. Mm-hmm. So it just seems to be clicking right now. This particular match was okay, but the growth is, you can see it starting to build.
Just felt like a WWE video game match. Like, I know that sounds silly, but it really does. I felt like I was playing the game. You know what I mean? Like, you got Dominic and Penta and Rusev in a mid card match. I know that sounds weird, but it just gave me that memory, that vibe of just kind of like
random booking,
right? Like you put together some of your like favorite stars. Like there was really nothing crazy.
This is like GM.
That's
mode.
the vibe I got from it. It was good though. It was a great match, man. I liked it. It was fun. It was. Exactly
Did you see Rusev scaring the kids? Did you see that part? It was going viral when there's there's a part where Rusev is on the outside, and I think it's Penta. He throws into the barricade, and he's on the barricade, and the kid, I guess, touches his arm or whatever, and the kid touches his arm and he goes, "Don't touch me!" And he goes, "Ah!" He screams. I just YouTubed it now. I can't play it because it's WWE, but when you get a chance, just put Rusev scares kid, and it's right there. It scares the shit out of the kid. He screams. My wife could not stop laughing. That little kid, he laughed after, but in the moment, he filled his britches. For real. So it was a really cool thing to watch. But yeah, all three of these guys, it's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. You could see it. It's building. It's into something really, really good. And that takes us to our main event. Our main event for the evening is CM Punk, Jey Uso, for the WWE World's Heavyweight Championship in the main event to claim who will claim the vacant title. It was the obvious choice. Everybody kind of knew where this was headed.
Well, I knew once they said it in the ring, like his gear and shit. Like the moment they pointed out his gear, I was like, okay, well, I know where this is ending. It's fine. You didn't have to tell me.
Did I miss that? Did they explain why he was in his practice gear?
In the very beginning, when he took off whatever the fuck he had on when he was walking, he had this short, had his gear on. They mentioned that the gear he was wearing was the colors or whatever he said was representation of his UFC training, like when he was in UFC.
Oh, you're talking about Punk?
Yeah, and they made mention
about Jey. All right.
No, they made mention to. Okay, well then you got to explain.
When they mentioned that his trainer had died,
when they said that, I go, okay, I know he's going over. Like they wouldn't put that much on that dedicated, all that. I was like, all right, I know where this is heading. Let's see how we get there then.
Yeah,
let's see how we get there.
That makes 100% sense.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then what the fuck were you thinking about?
I was so mad that it's a world title match. It's the main event, Saturday night's main event, and Jey Uso was wrestling in his pajamas. I don't know what the fuck. He was wrestling. He said, no, he has the Yeet gear with the pleather look and all that stuff. He was wrestling in that shit that you train in when you go to the gym just to get loose. And you just put on some sweatpants, sweat shorts, and a tank top, and he's just doing some rolls and running some ropes, trying to stay loose. He wore that shit for a world title match. I was like, oh, I know this dude's not winning. I know this dude's not winning. He didn't come dressed to do. Yeah, he didn't come over here to do shit. Nothing. So yeah, I don't. Absolutely
so what did you think of it?
It was not the best match, not the best showing. I will comment, however, on what everybody was saying was a shoot kick from Punk that he stiffed Jay because of a missed spot. He went for a neck breaker and Jay kind of over rotated.
Yeah.
So Punk gets up and like booted him in the head, and then he picked him up and he gave him a fucking. That wasn't a receipt, bro. It's called a reset. He did a reset. It was a vulnerable shot to the back of the head, so it looked good.
I'm glad you said that. So that would be a reset, and what Drew McIntyre did when Cody's leg buckled was the wrong thing to do, is what you're trying to say. Because when you say that, shout out to Wade Barrett, by the way. I fucking love him. This dude is cooking. But not to go backwards in the segment, but you just reminded me that when he went to the ground, Wade was all over his ass about standing there. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, do something. And he literally just stood there. And then Cody just got back up and then jumped the rope again and did the move. So for you to say that was a reset of, okay, look, it was a botch, but let me fill the gap with an attack or something like that to kind of at least keep it flowing. That's what that was. You're saying it wasn't like you dumbass. It wasn't like a you dumbass moment.
No, it wasn't a you dumbass moment. So what happens is that you always want movement. You always want movement. So if I take you for a neck breaker and we completely fudge it, and all of a sudden we just let each other go for no reason, and then just both stand up, and then, okay, come here, and then I just put you in another neck breaker, that's fucking stupid. Who's gonna fucking? You already grabbed me once for neck breaker, and I got out of it. I'm not gonna let you just give me another fucking neck breaker. So in this case, it goes for a neck breaker. After he turns him into the neck breaker and he falls out of it, he's already on the ground. So you get up, you kick this motherfucker in the back of the head, and you grab him and you put him in another fucking hold. That's all that really was. That's all that it really was. It wasn't really anything else other than that. And people are reading into it, and that's fine. I've learned something over time, and this came with age. I've learned something. What I've learned is that whenever a fan says something ridiculous about wrestling, don't correct them. Don't correct them. Don't even sweat it. They don't know. They're saying the wrong thing because they don't know what they're talking about. If I'm watching ER, or if I'm watching House, or if I'm watching something like that, and I see something that I think looks stupid, a doctor is not going to sit there and go, well, what the fuck? They're going to go, oh, okay. And they're going to move on with their life because I don't know what I'm talking about. And the doctor is going to go, oh, okay, you're one of those. All right, fine, cool, whatever. So that's why I keep seeing it online, but I was like, I'm not even going to fucking engage because I know what it is. Punk knows what it is. Jay knows what it is. So if you want to sit there and say that, it's more of that Punk's a cancer bullshit. Oh, look at him. Look how disrespectful he is. He kicks him in the back of the head. And just like, no, it doesn't bother me anymore. So, if you think that it was a stiff shot because he was pissed off because of a neck breaker, you don't understand what's going on. Punk's in the middle of a run right now that he, Triple H, and everybody involved with the situation understands. This was a situation nobody thought would ever happen. CM Punk right now was the world's heavyweight champion. I don't think anybody involved thought it was going to happen, including Punk. This has become a thing with Punk. A good buddy of mine said it the absolute best. You really want to know how to describe how good CM Punk is? This was the perfect sentence. He said it's annoying to him that the best heel in the company is busy being the most over baby face at the moment. That's how good he is. He's not going to fuck that up. He's about to become the world's heavyweight champion. You think he's going to jeopardize that by stiffing Jay in the middle of the fucking ring so that Triple H and the boys in the back can go, there's the old Punk, fuck that guy. And now he's going to be wrestling, I don't know, fucking Sami Zayn in the middle of the card for the remainder of his career.
That's such respectful.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen. He's about to win the world title. You think that's the opportunity he's going to pick to stiff a motherfucker because they slipped on a neck breaker? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Punk has had many opportunities to fuck a motherfucker up since he's been back because of fucked up spots. He's just not going to do it. He's a smarter guy than he was before. But 2010 Punk would have done it. 2011 Punk would have done it. 2025 Punk.
Nah, this is a better Punk, man. With like you said earlier, with age, about arguing with people. You learn. You're talking. You're talking to Mr. Stand on Business himself right here, and I'm telling you, dude. Like in hindsight, it's just not fucking worth it. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck but you. All you're doing is sabotaging yourself. And although, at his level in his profession, there are people that will respect him for it, and that's why he has fans, the diehard fans that love him because he stands on his shit and he don't give a fuck, and he will stand in his justice. That's fine. But we can also sit here as an adult and agree that he's fucked himself out of a lot of big opportunities because of standing on that business. Well, listen, he stood on his business, and to be fair, I don't really think he's bent too much. I don't see anything he's done that you can call him a sellout for, or he's shilling for it.
There's one major one that everyone points to. It's the Saudi Arabia trip.
Like physically going, apologizing for previous statements, the whole thing. But again, that to me, that trip to Saudi Arabia to me is what sealed the deal that they were going to keep him in the main event. Because old Punk would have never taken that trip. Yeah, but fuck old Punk. And like that's fine. But today, I like hearing that. Because as much as you want to call him a shill or a sellout or whatever it is, to understand the type of person that he is, to do that takes a lot more than anyone could ever fucking do. Like, if you don't think he doesn't still believe his shit or whatever he said, but to be able to like man up and do what's better for him and the company, that shit is way harder than standing on business.
And I keep trying to explain to people, any other scenario other than the one that was played during that trip, I don't think he goes to Saudi Arabia. This was the farewell tour for John Cena. They have it mapped out a certain way. Was everything concrete? No. But Punk wanted that Cena match. Punk wanted to say, I got John Cena one time before he fucking left. And it just worked out on the schedule. That if you really want to get him, you're probably going to have to do it at Saudi Arabia, Night of Champions. And in order for him to get that, he's going to have to parade through a wall of shit.
It's got to eat crow.
That granted, he set that up. Those were his comments that he made. No one made him tweet that shit. That was him. So he had to, if he wants the match, he's got to suck all the rest of that shit up, and he did.
He did. That shit takes more than to just. I'm telling you, that shit is harder on him than anyone thinks it is. Dude.
Now imagine a world where someone out there right now was watching wrestling, and they're thinking in their head that he sold out. He ate all that shit just so he can get a match with John Cena to not win the title, by the way, but just to have the match with John in Saudi Arabia. But he'll turn around and ruin everything by kicking Jey Uso in the back of the head. Make it make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
But that's some people's Punk logic. Like, that's how Punk is. Like you said, they're looking for a reason to point out the old Punk.
Yep. Right. See? The Leo beam.
There it is.
There it is.
He always does it.
soon as he breathed sideways, I told you. I
Yeah,
fucking told you.
he's killing it. I think the match was solid. I always feel like I'm not really giving a good synopsis, but I really there's nothing in my brain that I can remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, really that was just stood out
There was no
to me.
standout moments.
It was
For this.
just a solid match.
With the exception of the title wins themselves, the matches themselves weren't really standout. But if we're
right.
gonna,
They weren't bad.
if we're gonna,
It's hard to
here,
like pick it apart. There wasn't really anything crazy that happened.
yeah, if we're gonna sit here and talk Punk just for a second, I also want to talk Jey Uso because he's getting exposed.
You think so?
He's getting exposed. He's not that strong an in-ring worker. He just isn't.
No,
And
he's a lot better. I think
I
miles better than he has been. But
oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Improved for sure.
Mm-hmm.
His pacing, his ability to get to where he needs to be, his transition into the singles game, nothing to sneeze at. But he's not a natural born in-ring worker. The timing's off. He's not the neck breaker wasn't the only time that you could look at and go, fuck, Jay Punk is an old man, and Jay's not too far behind in age. I believe he's also 41. But he wasn't there for some of that stuff. Punk was in there carrying some weight, and that's not fair to either side, really. But we're gonna have to, Jay's starting to crack a little bit too, personally, with the whole, because he's been saying it on TV. I know what people are saying. I'm just an entrance. Well, I mean, the promo, his bloodline promos. Maybe it was just because he was a heel at the time, but his bloodline promos felt so much better than they feel now. His babyface promos don't feel, I don't know, they're not as strong. When he did the build with Gunther to WrestleMania, and he was getting real serious, when they attacked Jimmy and made him bleed and all that stuff, and they forced him to get serious, they were pretty good. Mm-hmm. When he's doing the goofy, happy-go-lucky babyface bullshit, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not into it. But the other stuff, when he becomes, I think he said that the other night. He said, Bloodline Jey Uso got shit done. He said, well, yeah, he kind of did. He kind, you might be on to something with that one. That's a good call. You might want to, keep that one in mind. That's a good one. But it's like you said, nothing really too stand out, nothing too crazy, I should say, about Saturday night's main event. But